check 1 2 1 2. Can't hear myself.
Yeah, you can now. I'm sure you can.
Microphone check 1 2. Okay, this is the Boom Bar on your Boom Radio NG. I would like to say welcome to everybody out there. My name is Shola Rogers.
And my name is Ola Dolupo. It's a wonderful day this morning. Wonderful midweek. Yeah, today's Thursday. Yes, still the middle of the week. Yeah, so it's still like it's a very interesting one. For me, every day is interesting. Especially when you hear there's a lot of news about different things. Like there are a lot of things that are very interesting in Nigeria and the world generally. So it's the bar. We come here to give you every gist available, and we ask you to get a drink, sit back, relax, and let's serenade you with all the gist that's out there possible.
I'm talking about gist that's out there possible. This is not gist per se, but it's gist too, depending on how you. Well, it's a bar. So,
Okay.
yesterday we talked about the World AIDS Day because it was World AIDS Day and all the numbers and all. And in between that time, I had read a report somewhere where I think one of the regulators, one of the DGs of the regulatory bodies in health, was talking about how there are other diseases that actually killed more people than COVID in Nigeria this year alone.
Yeah, when you see compared to maybe the numbers that came from the north and I think a little bit in the south as well, cholera.
Yeah.
It was a lot. It was a lot. But of course, COVID is a global thing. So
Yeah. So again, reason why I brought that up is that now the world is basically spinning around and around. People are like groping at straws. They're trying to figure out this Omarion thing. Sorry.
Omicron.
Yeah.
Omicron.
Omarion. Yeah. You're correct. So they're trying to figure it out, and I'm wondering if they were trying to figure it out, were they being proactive by placing the travel ban on some African countries? While they think now in France, they're saying that they found it in someone who returned
from Nigeria.
From Nigeria.
In the US too. The very first Omicron variant, they officially have Omicron variant in the US
yesterday.
too. And they're saying that the person also came from South Africa.
Okay.
So, I don't know. But
what? Because
I'm not even talking about Africa as a whole. I'm talking about Nigeria.
Yeah.
And Nigeria. Hey,
the way
I'm
things
very,
are
very
going,
afraid. I'm very,
the
very,
way
very
things are
afraid.
going, Nigeria might turn out to be
The epicenter of this Omicron thing, yeah? I'm very, very afraid for it too. I am actually.
So there's a lot of stuff to be done. But you see, we've been going on about this for about a year and a half now, if not more, on how we need to work together to combat this. And it seems like a lot of people, it just keeps falling on deaf ears. Like people carry on like, no, it can't happen to me for whatever reason or whatever amulets that you are carrying on your body, whatever charms that you think you have, or whatever religious belief that you're holding on to. Please do the right thing if you have not been vaccinated. There's so many of those things on ground now, and now they're actually begging people to come get it. Please, guys, just get vaxxed, man. Please, get vaccinated.
It's very very sad because it's almost like they're even begging people to get vaccinated now. I know that there was a report today that came out that the federal government is accusing the US, the UK, and some other countries for hoarding vaccines, which you really can't say is a lie. We've seen how these things work in a lot of African countries. I can even say that I know I read it that as of now, Nigeria still seems to have the highest number of vaccines available to them.
But still, people are not getting.
But people are not getting vaccinated. So we already have the issue of not getting as much vaccine as we want at the point. Not that these things are free. Some of them are donations, some of them are being bought. But the one that is even available, so is like Africa is going through a lot of odds to get the vaccines that are even available. So the ones that are even available, why in the world do we have a problem? I know that people have their reasons for doing things. I know a few people that do not want to take the vaccine and saying vaccine in the mud. I just don't understand.
Why? Why?
Is the why I just don't get. I just don't get. I don't know if I'm coming from. If you call it.
The messages for you.
Oh, okay. Please go ahead because I'm not sure.
You have to read it. Okay, so if you're not reading.
Okay, I'm not there yet. So
let me read. The first message is from Mr. Adegboruwa. Okay.
Oh, good afternoon, sir.
I have a feeling he's in Nigeria. I have a very strong feeling that he's back. He said, "Boom back consolidated." Yeah.
Okay. So I said it. It says, "Doluko, please. We're looking for a certain guy called Shalom Rajas. Do you know him?"
No.
Not sure.
No, we don't.
Not sure.
I don't know him too.
I was talking to Doluko, please.
Us now, Boomba.
Talking to Doluko. The second question is meant for Doluko.
All of us.
Specific. I didn't know when Doluko became your name.
We are all Dolupo. Olupo. Olupo.
No, we're not.
Olupo.
No, we are not. Anyway, so good afternoon, sir. You're welcome to the Boom Bar as well. Our very own member of the bench that has never been to the bar. But,
So I wonder why though.
So what we're talking about when the vaccine, something like that, if the countries, a lot of countries are really doing a lot against all odds to get these vaccines.
Yeah.
And they're still begging Nigerians
to go and get vaccinated.
Have to force Nigerians, and literally yesterday lock civil servants out of their offices.
And they are giving you like a 2-3 month notice that the government was going to end. And you know what I was saying?
Make it make sense.
One of the headlines I saw that the government is draconian and that they are dictators. And I'm like, okay, so wait. A lot of you guys talk about how you want to leave Nigeria to go to America and other places. And if you get there and you find out that they're also enforcing it like that, the vaccination thing. If you get there and find out, then does it mean they're also draconian too?
Oh, a lot of countries are very draconian.
You know what the EU is saying now? We published that story on the website a few hours ago. The EU is actually considering enforcing vaccination.
We're seeing a lot of countries. Take, for example, I think I read a statement of in Singapore. And now, as much as healthcare is free in Singapore, the minute you have COVID and you are not vaccinated, it is you pay for it. You pay for your healthcare all by yourself. And the fact is that this vaccine is even free. They don't ever ask us to come and pay 10,000 or 50,000. Then we now come up with the story of this thing is elitist, is this, is that.
Yeah,
it is
again,
free.
The noise on the street, there was a propagandist, if I'm allowed to use that phrase or word, who came out to say, that the Lagos State is charging for vaccination. No, they are not. So I want to clarify. They have partner private institutions, private medical institutions, that people who feel that they don't want to go to the government one will go for this special treatment.
Does not mean that we're not cleared to say vaccine.
You pay a certain amount as agreed by the state and the owners of the facilities. You understand? And that doesn't mean that the state government is selling it. You're the one that, for one reason or the other, is a VIP, and you need to get VIP treatment. So it's like someone flying first class and being angry that he's paying 5 times more than the person in coach. So once again, we won't tire of telling you guys to please, think about it.
Think about it, please. Let's take the vaccine. And this one now that looks like Nigeria will not is not is going to be in a bad light with this Omicron thing very, very soon.
Yeah, the way things are going, they are going to tell you that Nigeria
It's a Nigerian variant. It started from Igbo. Okay, if there's anything, shout out.
What is that one again?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
What is
just
Igbo
an excuse.
again?
It's just they will tell you. Hey, you know these people can come up with all sorts of things and all sorts of issues. And moving on to civil servants. You know we're talking about civil servants earlier, yeah.
Yeah.
And Kaduna is in the news a lot.
What happened?
It's almost like their governor does not have time because once he had, was it yesterday? Last week was talking about the issue of the 4-day. Their governor is always on from one thing to another.
That means the guy is working. That's what it means.
Now, the Kaduna State Universal Basic Education Board has said that they have already penciled down 233 primary school teachers for dismissal for gaining employment with fake certificates.
Okay, so over 230 something people who are supposed to teach children how to do the right thing have gotten those jobs with fake certificates.
Yes, and they said that how they really got to know was that out of this 233, 212 of them, they actually went, so when you maybe submit your credentials, which is I think the proper procedure, yeah, to go and verify your certificates and all that. 213 of these institutions, of these people were rejected, were disowned.
Wow,
by
we don't know these people.
We don't know these people. We don't know these people.
Okay, so I recall that the teachers union have been at loggerheads with the governor of Kaduna.
Kaduna, yeah.
This same thing happened in Edo State when Adams Oshiomhole was the governor.
Yeah.
Something similar, him trying to, regulate
clean up,
and upgrade them. There was a video that I would never forget. A principal.
Yeah, where he asked a principal to, I think,
read our own certificate.
Our own certificate. Yeah.
How is she the principal? Look, reading the certificate.
I remember that video, and the man was visibly angry. Like, it's right there. Read it out. If
I know
you can't read
three-year-old kids who are reading books already.
If you can't read it, what's now your plan?
Really? So you can't read your own certificate and you're the principal of the school. What quality of education are you?
Wait.
Are you principalizing?
Wait. The little I know, for
think about it now.
I know that a lot of public schools, you have to have gone through the ranks and being a teacher and all that, yeah. So if you can't even read a textbook properly, how do you want to impact knowledge to that child?
How now?
How?
So it still drives me crazy. Guys, look, if she cannot read a certificate, which is just a one-page document.
How did she even get the certificate in the first place? That's where the question.
That's not the question.
That's where you should start from.
That's not
How
the
did
question.
you get the school?
We already know that the certificate is fake.
That certificate should be sued.
It's not the school. Leave the school out of it. It's the printer that you should go and talk to. Or the printers.
Yeah, very wicked human being.
So we already know that it's fake. So I think what we should be talking about is when they write reports, how do students even fail? Like for instance, some principals also teach. So you're in a class, and what do you teach them? And when they write jargons, how do you differentiate when you can't even read your certificate?
Oh my god, that's really bad.
So now
I don't know why I'm laughing, but it's a very sad
there's
situation.
a video that makes me cry and laugh at the same time, and I've seen that video more than once, and I want to tell you guys, I'm sure some of you have seen it. There's always this Nigerian guy, and I think it happens in Ghana too, who goes to places where students are graduating, not matriculating now, or where they are passing out from their NYSC, the compulsory NYSC,
and then
he starts to ask
them really basic questions. You see a core member that is supposed to be passing, and they're asking him what does NYSC mean?
What does BSc mean?
What does BSc mean? And For you to
And you just say you graduated
for
with
you
a
to
BSc.
serve, at least you must have had an HND or a BSc, meaning that you've either spent at least 4 years in a polytechnic or 4 years in university. Excuse me, I don't even think a secondary school student, an SS1 or an SS3 student wanting to enter into the university should be asked what BSc means and does not know.
Nah. You know, so
Then you wonder, like, how do you get this
how
certificate?
now?
Because see, I don't know which schools you people go. Let's be honest with ourselves. I don't know for other people. For me, I'll use myself as an example. Before I even got the certificates that I got from University of Ibadan, oh my God! If I show you my university pictures, you would not believe I'm the one that can be fat like this. I'm telling you.
But you know what?
Like, it was not even.
You know one thing, Dolupo. Why is the teachers' union defending such? Why is the teachers' union fighting a system that is basically trying to help you weed out?
Shouldn't the teachers' union,
in your
before
midst?
you fight the government, shouldn't you come correct? Like, even from them, you know that, okay, for you to join teachers' union, maybe you have to be attached to a school and all that, and then they're supposed to, can't they do like verification before you join the union in the first place, so that you don't have things like this at all?
Well, so for me, I would like to say kudos to the governor of Kaduna for doing this. And how do you expect not to see those videos where those students don't even know
anything,
the name of the course that they studied, or the qualification that
they just acquired
after 4, 5 years or 6 years?
It's very funny, but the remaining teachers in Kaduna State need not rest on their oars, as the Kaduna State government has said that they've scheduled a fresh competency test for 12,254 teachers.
They're not going to like this guy at all. They're not going to like this guy. There's no way they're going to like him.
Oh, God. They're not.
Why now?
And it's beginning of next year, as you resume next year, January 2022.
Some people won't even bother to resume.
So he can do that. There's something they call continuous assessment for teachers.
It's crazy though.
Okay. And according to the Kaduna State government, from 2017, they have recruited 25,000 new teachers after they sacked 22,000.
22,000 have been sacked.
Yes.
Wow.
Please.
Okay, so why is this happening only in Kaduna State?
I don't think it's happening. I think it's only the states that decides to do something about it.
Why are the other states not doing the same thing?
They are busy doing something else.
Like?
Trying to build roads.
So it's only roads, Abby? Okay, no problem. Education is not important, Abby.
I'm not very sure. Because let's be honest with ourselves. It's laughable. It is laughable. See, because there's something that my mom used to say when we were young, but getting older now, I actually believe it. Mm-hmm. That primary school is actually called basic education for a reason. If you miss it in primary school,
that's it. But that's the foundation now. If you do not have a solid foundation, your building is not going to stand tall, and it won't stand well. It will lean like some houses around here, and eventually collapse like some houses that collapsed that we've heard about.
Yeah.
It's always about the foundation. I'm not even being funny. I'm actually being real. If the foundations of some of those buildings were actually proper,
yeah, but
what we're talking about, it won't happen.
You just had to make a snide remark.
I don't know about snide.
You just had to make.
I really don't know about
remark about it.
I don't know what she's talking
yeah,
about.
Right.
You know? So I agree with your mom. Primary school is the most important. That's the foundation. You know, imagine someone skips primary school and says he wants to start from 1. What are you going to do?
What do you think he's going to come out?
Except you're a genius. I don't know how you want to just get into Form 1 and you don't know about basic arithmetic. You don't know about the nouns and pronouns and every other think that you should have learned when you were in primary school?
So, moving on from that, yeah. As there's a protest going on in Ibadan.
Oh, as we speak?
Yeah.
All right.
And the protest is happening. It started from Mako Hall.
Okay.
And it is supposed to be the Farmers Union and the Agbekoya.
Okay.
They're protesting the release of Chief Sunday Adeyemo, known as Sunday Igboho, from detention. They have a lot of placards saying, "Back to the 1960 National Constitution. Free, free, free Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho. He is not a criminal. An African agricultural revolution and safety for farmers now." Okay, make up your mind. Which
No,
one
they are allowed to have multiple demands. But I think they should cross the border.
I was going to say that. Wait, Ibadan is not so far from Benin Republic, right?
Don't let it even be far.
It's not so
Whatever
far.
your grievances are,
think
I
you
don't
should-
think
Or maybe
the
just stay
governor
at
of
the
Oyo
border.
State can do anything about it. I don't think the president of Nigeria can do anything about it. He's been held in a different country, you know.
Completely different country. And wait. Speaking of a different country, why we've not even heard anything about? I thought they said they were investigating,
They're investigating.
and that investigation is going to stay forever. Wow,
Okay,
wow,
but my own thing is that
wow.
I have always said it, and you know, and it looks like it's correct. Criminals exist in every part of Nigeria. Herdsmen that are criminals exist,
Yeah,
but not every herdsman is
is
a criminal.
Yeah.
Not every farmer wants to fight a herdsman or whatever, you know, or vice versa. The thing is, at some point, we made it look as if it was just war. I'm still wondering, and I'm saying it again, and I know that a lot of people hate what I'm saying. A lot of people who believe in that cause. I don't. How come we're not hearing about these things anymore?
It literally came as, and I you know why I kind of agree with you is because it came as a shock to everybody. We're just hearing these killings almost every day, and then Sunday Will was going to go and
Now, don't get it wrong. Those killings were happening.
Oh, did people die? Oh, of course, people died. But now, I don't think that you can hide things for so long, especially people's death. I don't think it's very easy to hide death.
The recent arrest of people in especially Ekiti State, and their confessions about how they were masquerading as herdsmen.
Yeah.
Let's credence what we've been saying.
We've been saying that.
Yes, there are herdsmen who are criminals who are coming to the southwest.
A lot of criminals just
but
use
some
that
of the
to
local criminals in the south
decided to just
southeast, south,
we
southwest.
saw a lot of. I remember there was a video that came out one time where a man found the people that I think kidnapped his daughter or something, that they were actually from the same home local government in the east. And so I think that people just decide to just use an opportunity to continue to perpetrate evil as much as they can. And like you said, whatever protest anybody's making is good. That let's it be to the right channel. I do not think that even if any Nigerian or any form of Nigerian institution would have a say or have something to say about it, I think it would be the federal government or the Federal Ministry of Justice or something, that they can maybe give an update of what's happening to a Nigerian abroad. But sitting in Makpo Hall and in Ibadan, I'm sorry, but your governor does not even his jurisdiction is not even
like I pointed out yesterday. When you do those things, you want to send a message out, right? So you should channel it properly. Go to the House of Assembly. Let them help you carry the matter to the National House of Assembly. Let your governor take it to FEC, but he can't do anything. There's nothing a governor can do when he has to do with issues of extraditing someone or repatriating someone from across the borders. It's a federal thing, and the federal must go through the laws of that country. That's a standard. It's a standard, you know. And they're talking about how they're actually working on bringing him back to Nigeria. And I have a feeling like when they bring him back, there's going to be 1 or 2 court cases for him.
Oh yeah, we already know that. Before he even left, DSS had already declared him wanted and all that before. So I'm not sure it's a very smooth ride, but that's even when he definitely comes back, and that's nobody even knows about that yet. And talking about secession and people wanting to have their own countries, just like the Yoruba nation, there is the issue of the Biafra, and we know that would we say luckily or unluckily, fortunately for Nnamdi Kanu, that he's in detention too, but at least he's in Nigeria.
Yeah, but
so we don't know if it's a fortunate thing, if it's a good thing or a bad thing, though. Anyway, today was also part of he was supposed to appear in court today. There was news that I'm not sure that he appeared in court, but the court has officially told the DSS to grant him maximum comfort in detention.
Maximum comfort in the MCID.
That was a statement from his lawyer. What they said the court said. Now this is reporting from the Punch. I'm going to be giving you a few of these headlines.
Okay.
So so you know which is which. Yeah. Also, Sarah reporters actually came up and said that the court had said that he should be allowed to socialize.
Socialize in detention.
Yeah. Now, another online paper, People's Gazette, had said that the judge said that what the lawyers were asking for, he is not a free man. So what you're asking for is far-fetched.
So which one do we believe?
That's my question.
No, I'm asking you. You are the one that read it now. You are the one that discovered those stories. So which one do we believe now?
Was I in court?
The same story, same issue, 3 different angles.
Yeah.
Three
different angles.
And this is the problem that we face today. The media, as is constituted, regardless of whatever aspect of the media you function in or you represent, is not doing well. Let's be honest with ourselves. Same story, but we're gonna get all sorts of conflicting information. And then again, when people start to misbehave or start to act based on what they know, we start to blame government or we blame this. But at times it's just some reporter.
Well, the truth is that as much as hate it or love it, out of every single one, the one that sounds, would I say, a little sane, is the one that People's Gazette wrote, that he said that the judge, Justice Binta Nyako, had told lawyers of Nnamdi Kanu to leave, seeking the court to leave, court leave to compel the DSS to put him in better accommodation. She had actually said that DSS detention was not a 5-star hotel. Hence, Mr. Kanu cannot be accorded luxury like a free man.
5-star hotel.
This is actually a quote from her.
Okay.
She was talking about talking to his lawyer, said, Mr. Ejiofor, be serious in this matter. He's in a detention facility. There are certain things that are not allowed there. I have also visited detention facilities in the US and the UK.
Yeah. So, in essence, we would say that the matter is inconclusive.
No, because at least they have a quote from her exactly, from the which judge also sounds believable. Let's be honest with ourselves, because his lawyer is claiming.
Is that one of the parameters that you would use? Believability. Don't worry, you don't have to answer.
I think so. I would actually. I think so, because you know that when we see a lot of these stories, at times you're wondering that you actually see some of the stories. Like when one of these headlines that read, okay, let me look for it.
So, why you do that?
The one that Sarah reported says that court orders DSS to allow Nnamdi Kanu socialize. I'm not a lawyer.
Socialize.
I'm not a judge. You cannot socialize in detention.
You can't even
Are you supposed to?
You can't even socialize in the police station. Not to
Talk lots of DSS. Are you joking?
Oh boy.
Do you understand? So I'm wondering, like,
there's this kind of feeling around those places that even your spirit will not socialize. If they asked you to, if they even paid you to socialize, what kind of socialization are we talking about?
So
I think it's about semantics. Yeah. I think the writer of that story and his editor or our editor are both wrong. Like they need to know that there's already a contrast in detention and socialization. You know, how do you socialize in detention and all of that? You know, so I was just going to do an aside, you know, and there's a story I saw, I think, in the cable, and there's an headline that is ascribed to Basketmouth, but it was actually an excerpt from an interview that he granted the BBC, you know.
Okay.
And it just said something very, very simple. I want to quote. It says, why people should keep their private issues away from the internet.
Okay.
We are on the internet now discussing public
issues.
And some of those issues become private, or some of those private issues become public, and we get to talk and analyze and break it down. And one of the angles he was talking about is how it affects children. That the children will get mocked by their peers and this and that and all of that.
I agree.
And the first thing that just came to my mind was Annie Idibia.
Yeah, I agree with
so
you.
I heard she's apologized.
Yeah, and she's all lovey-dovey again.
For real?
Yeah.
Why did you even do it in the first place?
You know, to be honest, first things first, I don't understand why and how people will feel the need to put their business in public, yeah? But I also feel that when you cross a line and put your business in public, there should be no going back home. That's it for me. As much as I really don't like the idea of people putting their business outside.
Blood in you, that agidi, like, it don't happen.
But it's the truth. If I'm going to wash my dirty linen in public, I'm not going back to come and beg you.
Leave the linen there.
Let's just leave the linen there and let it stay there. Because I don't get it. And then there was a few days ago, there was a a picture, I think, where she went to see him on his set or something funny, and they were all loving him. Yeah, you are trying too hard. Yeah, really trying too hard.
It's funny though, and I don't think it should be like that. And let me keep throwing you off a bit.
Okay.
Hey, so if I ask you out on an errand like that, Dolupo, can you help sort this, and that? And I set up a committee. I say, you guys should work on something, then get back to me on it.
Okay, where is this going?
We'll be patient now.
All right.
I do not have a right to overrule whatever decisions you guys might come up with. I must agree with everything you guys come up with, knowing that I'm the one that put the committee there. No, Abby. Okay.
No.
So, People's Gazette have said that a senior advocate of Nigeria, Ebun Adegboruwa, has said that the governor of Lagos lacks powers to overrule the decisions of the #NSAS judicial panel of inquiry that was set up by the state government.
I have a question. The question is for you, and it's a little bit of clarification. I just want to clarify. Yesterday, remember when we were talking about this thing? And you said with your own mouth, I just wanted to be sure, maybe I heard wrongly, that whatever the judicial panel came up with were recommendations.
Yes.
They were not binding.
They're not law.
They're not law. Right? That they were just recommendations. So, would we say that a senior advocate of Nigeria,
does not know the law as much as I do? Maybe I should go and read this law. It's not too late, though. My uncle read law when he was older than what my current age, and he's my father's elder brother.
okay,
There is no provision for the issuance of a white paper under the law setting up the panel, under and by virtue of Section 15 of the Tribunal of Inquiry Law. Upon conclusion of any inquiry, the governor cannot issue a white paper to overrule decisions of a judicial panel of inquiry, Mr. Adegboruwa explained. Okay, let us continue to do this. My own is that this governor of Lagos, after all said and done, the brother said, bros, you shoot yourself for leg.
okay, wait. Okay, wait. He shot himself the leg in the idea of.
No. I like the judicial panel and everything because they were encouraged to do it.
No, that's what I'm saying.
It's the peace walk now.
I get it. Let's take out the peace walk. I doubt if that peace walk is ever happening anyway. But the truth of the matter is, let's be honest, it's politics. If you want people to work with him, you will get people to work with him.
And he will pay them, Abi.
Pay or not, we know how these things go.
Okay, let's see.
Anyway, let's even remove the idea of the peace walk, They set up a judicial panel. So he's saying that it was wrong for the governor or the Lagos state government to bring up a white paper on that. Is that what he means?
That's what he's saying.
So everything they should
hook, line, and sinker. What empowers him to even say all of this?
He's a son.
Uncle Bros, man.
He's a son.
Man.
He's a son.
Sorry.
That's all I have to say, because that's the only thing that makes any sense to me, even though this thing makes, at times a lot of people like to hear their own voices. Like, when people, because I see this man's name a lot, and I think he's enjoying the fame, but so that he needs to, for the reason to keep up the fame, he needs to always talk. That's the only thing I have to say, because I'm not sure it's making plenty sense.
Now you call and sound him. Let's go away.
Anyway, moving on from that a little bit to aviation, looks like there are a lot of countries in the wake of this Omicron variant. You would expect that not a lot of flights will be coming in and out of Nigeria. But after the long tussle between the UAE and Nigeria's aviation system, Emirates has officially going to resume their flights to Nigeria on December 5 after a 10-month flight suspension.
Well, for business purposes, I think it's a good thing. There's a way these things have a value chain and impact on people's lives. The ticketing agents, the ground staff at the airport, Nigerians who travel for business and pleasure. There's a way these things just basically affect a lot of people. So for 10 months that they had this strained relationship, it's affected people. In fact, Nigerians were still going to Dubai. But they were flying through other airlines and all of that, and the stress that they had to go through and all of that. So it's a welcome development, but again, I am waiting with bated breath, because this is not the first time they resumed and cancelled, then resumed and cancelled again. So I will wait. But maybe it's as a result of the recent junketing of El Presidente.
Okay. And also, before we leave that too, we know that United Airlines have officially also begun taking flights all the way from Washington, D.C., straight flights to Lagos State. We know that straight flights to the U.S. for a long time has always been, I think, just Delta. So now United Airlines have
United was here before now, Abi?
Yes.
They used to go to New York.
Yeah, then they actually did stop for years. So for people that...
In their own matter too, I'm waiting with bated breath, because now so that they come, they go.
Really?
Yes.
Have a little bit of faith. Have some faith. Anyway, moving on from that, there's a little bit of news from the House of Representatives. There was a bit of news that I was going to talk about yesterday, where they had planned to summon the minister. I don't know if you saw that story. They had planned to summon the Minister of Interior, the Attorney General of the Federation, and the Controller General of the prisons about the constant jailbreaks happening in the country, how they were also pushing for a separate maximum prison for high-profile criminals. I know.
Okay.
Do I agree? Do I agree that they need to be summoned? Oh yeah, I think that they should be summoned because if you are not doing your job, then you can let other people that want to do the job get the job done.
I hope they hear my voice one day. We don't have prisons in Nigeria.
We have one now. There's a newly built one. So
in Osun State.
One.
Yeah. What's the capacity for that prison?
Yeah, that's why I say we have one.
Yeah. Okay. So now, a country of 200 million people, or 150 million, depending on who you listen to, and let's say a fraction of those people are criminals, maybe 0.1%. What is the capacity?
Yeah.
And now the prisons that are in existence, some of them were built even before Nigeria became independent.
Oh yeah.
And some are designated as maximum and medium and all of that.
Minimum prison.
But you end up putting everybody together. Then the real issue still remains the judiciary. How the judiciary keeps delaying cases, and there are a lot of people on the list they call awaiting trial, and some of them end up spending years awaiting judgment, and even if they were going to be punished, they end up spending more.
They've already spent more than, and then you release those same people with no rehabilitation, nothing, back into the society. And I've seen what's it called once? A report once where there's statistic that I think there's about a 55% chance of a criminal that is released back in society actually committing crime again.
Yeah, 55 they say. I think it's higher, but let's go with that. I don't know whose report it is.
Yeah, I know.
Then again, so reason why I say we don't have prisons is that you go to Djibouti, look at the prison. Like, you're on the road, this is the prison.
Yeah, you're just
look at the fence.
past.
The one in Benin too, I've seen it. And you're just like, okay, we can actually.
The one in Agodi is smack dab.
There's some prisons that you even see the prisoners, they are calling out to you yourself, like, it shouldn't be like that. It should be, even if it's maximum or medium or minimum security prisons, it should be of the highest level of security.
Number one, security. Number two, these people are human beings.
Human beings who also should have.
It's not a bad idea to be treated like human beings.
I tell you.
Yes, they've done
they made their mistakes.
They're criminals. They're hiding.
So
criminals.
They all get ramped up into one life. Chucked into one room.
They are they're waiting on death row. But at least the person is not dead. Let the person be dead before you finally kill him. Don't let the prison situation kill some people already. It's
really sad. You find out that a prison that was built for 800
houses like 5,000 people.
It should not be.
It's a very sad thing.
Human beings, some of them very innocent people. Some find their way to prison for.
No, it's a thing now that if you're actually looking for someone, they tell you to go and check prisons.
Yeah.
It's a thing now, and it's a very sad one.
Then you choke them all up. A room that should have maybe 8 people, there's like 20, 30 people.
Wait, can you even blame them? When because there's a conversation that we never talk about. When NYSC, youth service corps, who are not prisoners, they're supposed to be serving their motherland. They're supposed to be paramilitary. The way you go to camps and people are cramped up, they are not criminals, though. So how much more criminals?
So the judicial system, the prisons and the judicial system, they need to be in sync.
Yeah, I agree.
I keep saying it. Set up a committee of judges take them to the prisons. Let them sit on those cases there. It will solve your logistical nightmares. Let them be in prison there. Let them even see the condition and feel it. So if you're even passing judgment, you understand what you're doing. You can actually sit on more cases. You can expedite action.
And just, just move on.
Let us decongest these prisons. There are too many people who have no business being in prison that are in prison in Nigeria. It is not fair.
It's not.
So the jailbreaks are easy because the prison structures
really
are old.
Those security
and there's this mass number of people who are itching to get out. The instant there's one small excuse, they're gone.
They're gone. They definitely just get out. And talking about moving off that, it's very. I'm trying not to laugh, but to me, it's a very laughable thing. You know the Nollywood actor Yul Edochie. His name is Yul Title.
Yul is
Peter Edochie's son. Yeah.
He's also into politics.
Yeah, you remember that he contested in 2019. So he's soliciting to be president this time. And he has declared his interest to run for the president in 2013. You see,
and these are the kind of people Nollywood people should vote for. Because Nollywood, the union needs a young man like this as their president.
Nollywood is all that has to do with Nigeria.
The president of Nollywood Actors Association and everything. It's not a crime now.
He wants to be president of Nigeria, not president of Nollywood.
No, Nollywood. Read the story well. It's Nollywood.
President of Nigeria. And that's not the laughable part. He has now come to say that he recalled that he's left his job to support former Vice President Atiku's 2019 presidential bid. And he's hoping that the former Vice President Abubakar Atiku will in turn reciprocate the support he gave to him the last election and support his presidential bid.
To be president of Nollywood Actors Association.
To be president of the Federal Republic
What's that their group called? Actors Guild.
Federal Republic of Nigeria. Please do not insult a fellow Nigerian. Federal Republic of Nigeria.
He should head the group that
he wants to be president of Nigeria. Jesus. Wait, can't you be president of Nigeria? Is there any crime against it?
Ooh.
Now there's even not too young to run bail.
Who is the person now?
You now.
Oh, me. I can't be president of Nigeria.
Why?
It's not
okay, that sounds like a very blanket statement. Why?
I don't make blanket statement. Me, president of Nigeria, say what happened.
Why?
That what happened now?
Okay, are you?
Did I tell you I want to be president before?
You never know.
Even the president that they give me in did I collect it? Did I not put another person there?
You never know.
In Oyo, rugby.
You never know.
Vice president is okay for me in rugby, but
no president
of. Don't go. Is it that we don't have content for our program? That we are now talking nonsense in our mouth now?
No, I don't. What do you mean?
Did I tell you I want to be president of even president of Association Adegboruwa? I don't want. Well, the president of Guinea. Will I not understand my capacity and my capability?
So you don't have the capacity to carry Nigerians along? Is that what you're saying?
Do I have the power to say go and kill somebody? I don't. Do I have the power to say settle and don't settle? I don't have it. I have ideas. I know I'm intelligent. I will function more as an advisor, as a fixer, as someone who feels the pulse of the people and feels this is the way governance should go. But if Mr. Edochie feels that he has what it takes to be president and is within the age, then it's okay to contest. Okay. But again, I don't like the way we trivialize the office of the presidency.
I don't get it because
a lot of people know.
President.
They know that even if they contest to be cancel law,
cancel
law.
That's the
one
problem
that
I
they
have.
call alderman
in
America, city council. You know you won't win.
Like, can we start?
Which one is this?
It's not a bad idea.
With trivializing presidency.
People that have become
get
presidents,
get the exposure,
had
build the system.
You can't just wake up one morning and say, even in countries, take for example, the US president now. Do you know how many years he was in the Senate? Then he became vice president.
That man entered Senate in 1974.
That man is old.
49 years ago.
You
don't understand.
Old.
The man entered Senate. Oh, before he entered Senate, we didn't know what he was doing. No.
The man is old.
Someone that it was maybe 5 times senator before he became Obama's running mate.
Like let's be calming down. Let's just be calming down with the way we just everybody just wants to be president, and everybody with the all the perspire to respire to perspire to.
Those ones they have not come out yet. I'm waiting.
I don't think they have money to come out this time. You know, Buhari times is very hard on everybody. I'm talking about it. The Nigerian Union of Petroleum and Natural Gas Workers, NUPENG. These people, I think, are the most indecisive people in the world, have officially suspended its planned nationwide strike.
Something that they extended.
First, I don't know anybody that extends their planned strike. I don't know who does it. Is that you want to strike or you don't strike?
I think they just want attention.
Because it's almost like every year they do this.
And again, when it's towards the end of the year, you people want fuel scarcity so that people can suffer. I know there's somebody sponsoring all these things.
I agree with
because
you.
Because at the end of the day,
when it comes to fuel, when it comes to PMS, you know, for a number of years, remember there was one, was it last year or 2 years ago, where they were claiming that they were on strike, but nobody even, like, are you sure that there's actually strike? Because it didn't even like make any difference. I think they just like a lot of attention. These NUPENG people just like attention. That's it.
You know, the conspiracy theory people will tell you that when people who hawk stuff in traffic don't find traffic, they create it. Yeah. You've heard those conspiracy theories, right?
Yeah.
Because how do you know? Before there's traffic, you see them, they're already hanging out somewhere waiting.
No, when you see those people, you know
there's going to be problems.
You know, the traffic is.
You know, and depending on the number of hawkers, you see the length of your the stay in traffic. So it's the same conspiracy theory people that we tell you now that all these unions at times they're working for people who want fuel to go up so that they can make some money from the black market and all of that. Forgetting how it's the common man like you and me that suffer it, you know. And they act like their families don't use the same market that we use. Continue,
just continue. Anyway, moving on from that, President Muhammadu Buhari has put out a statement mourning the former Senate President, Joseph Wires, who died in London at the age of 80.
Yeah. May his soul rest in perfect peace. He's run his own race. He's done in his own
and
part.
he's the very interesting.
His governor is also mourning.
Yeah, the very interesting part was that I don't know when we'll ever have this set of people again, where he became a Senate President at the age of 38.
Yeah. We had one now. That one is a speaker. We had young
of House of Rest.
We had young
that
speaker one time
now. Mess up last. It was
that's
like 40
not what
something.
It
was not even as young as.
No, it was 30 something.
No, I think it was in his early 40s.
That guy was 30 something.
No, it was in his early 40s. Actually.
Yeah, confirm,
I remember.
Confirm.
What's he called?
Bankole. The major
Bankole. I would confirm.
He was young. He was not up to 40.
I don't know.
You know, like what you're talking about. When you look at people like Yakubu Gowon and how young he was when he became president of Nigeria. You look at Patutomi and how young he was.
Okay, he was elected at the age of 37.
Oh, yes, please.
He's the youngest speaker in the history of the House.
Oh, yeah. He was in his 30s. I was very sure about that. Because I remember when he got to 40 and all of that you get. So you look at Gowon. Gowon was extremely young when he became president or the supreme leader of Nigeria and all of that. Look at the Buharis and co, how young they were when they first came into government. And you wonder how the younger people today are not qualified. They cannot become leaders of today. It's leaders of tomorrow. You know, they keep telling the youth, they were telling me, now I don't fool myself. I am way past that age of being a youth anymore. And I was supposed to be leader of tomorrow. And tomorrow came.
Tomorrow came, but here is it.
And tomorrow left.
Here we are.
Now we are in today again, another today. And we're already telling them that they're leaders of tomorrow. But when you guys got into this, you all were young. You were in your 20s and your 30s.
And you're still here. in other people's future. It's not even your future anymore. It's other people's
Some
future.
people are even using the future of their grandchildren.
Grandchildren.
You know, when you're in your 70s and you still want to be president of Nigeria, some are close to 80, they still want to rule in 2 years' time. And you start to wonder, like, kilo, take on go.
Like,
I have always been of the opinion, see, I don't contradict myself, but I feel that we should.
there should be a limit. I personally don't think that very, very young people should also be in some certain level of governance. Like, for example, maybe I don't know about then, but now you see a lot of very young people and they actually mess up. Like, okay, at the end of the day, it's very disheartening.
It's also in the orientation
So
and the training.
I always feel
what
that
form of training
you
do
shouldn't
they
be
have?
too young, but also it shouldn't be too old. Like, we get it. Yeah, old.
I feel in support of what you're saying also that we need to expose people early enough. You get. The only people that you see who are falling into this category are the children of politicians. You find that someone whose dad was a senator before, he's now maybe like in the House
was
of
just
Reps,
put into
and
the
he's already
system.
in the system, you know. But we need to do this for more people, and especially for women. And I keep saying it's until we realize that we really do have the power, and we don't have to wait for them to give it to us. Statistically, there's supposed to be more women in Nigeria.
In the world.
I'm talking Nigerian politics now.
Okay, yeah, actually.
Statistically, when are we going to get our first Nigerian president?
Female
Female president.
The thing is, and this is what I say, that when is he ever going to happen? Because who exactly is even towing that line at all?
Which of the women now also are really taking it on? For them, you have the numbers.
This thing shouldn't be given on a
Get
platter.
organized. Get involved. Some of us don't want to contest. We just want to walk behind the scene. But I'm hoping that there are more people, younger people, who know if we can. We will stop. Did not give us a chance. They will not give you a chance.
They won't give you a chance.
I keep saying it's like this restructuring that we're talking about and constitutional amendments and everything. You're asking someone who is being paid a criminal salary. House of Rep and House of Assembly.
He should
people,
reduce his salary by
a
quarter.
Won't.
How?
That's why he went there in the
We're
first
human
place.
beings. If it was you and I too, that's it. I think that we don't try to be realistic with ourselves. So until you take it, you won't be given. And finally, before we go, the United States Consul General in Nigeria has said that the U.S. government and the staff of the union are saddened by the death of rights activist Mr. Tony Uranta.